If you're a pastor, you have core values. They're somewhere in your heart. Maybe they're up on your wall at your church. The question is, are those core values actually driving decisions within your organization? Here's a couple of tips that I think will help you to evaluate your values and to see if they're actually moving you in the direction that you want to go. You see, core values are something that are really important to every organization, but oftentimes they can be a little bit too vague. There are things like integrity, excellence, community, which are all great concepts, but what you do with them on a Tuesday afternoon when you are trying to make a decision about something, make a tough call, that's a different story. Now, how you define your values are going to make a difference. When you choose behaviors and not just words, you're actually allowing yourself to take action, and you're not just creating a list. You're actually creating something that can guide and inform every decision. And so what I want you to think about is I want you to think about the 3 to 5 core values that you have. I want you to limit it to this. If you go beyond that, you have so many values that sometimes it's hard to use them as a true filter system. You may have 10 or 12 things that you value in your life, in your heart, and in your ministry, but too many values means that you're not valuing anything above anything else. So let's get real focused on the non-negotiables 3 to 5. Then I want you to test them against hard decisions. You see, good values help you navigate tough choices. If a value doesn't help you decide between two difficult options, it's not going to be a strong enough value. You need a value that makes it easy for you to say, hey, we don't do this because we value this, or we make this choice because our values are aligned here. This is what it means to test it against hard decisions. And when you do that, your values are strengthening the overall organization. The last thing that I want you to think about is involving your team in the value making process, but don't design it by committee. A lot of times what I've seen is that you allow staff, you allow volunteers, you allow your board to be the ones to dictate the entirety of your values, but oftentimes those people aren't the ones leading through the values. You are the one leading through that. So as much as we want to get input, we want to have involvement, we want to have buy-in, we also need to make sure that you as a leader or the core leadership team, whoever that is, I'm not at all saying there shouldn't be accountability and there shouldn't be other voices, but what I am saying is that that core leadership team needs to make the final call on what truly represents your church's identity, your calling, and obviously the values. Your values should be your guardrails. Let this be something that guides and determines your ministry, and that ministry can flow out of that. That way, when decisions get messy, it's actually easy for you to make those hard decisions. Hopefully, this helps you as you are aligning your organization with your mission, your vision, and your values. That way, you can make the most impact as a church.